titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Mock-ass mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Trick-ass mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat!
Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
You
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
All right, we're doing it again. Let's go. And look who's with us too. King Reezy, right when we go live. Professional. There he is. King Reezy in the house with us.
There he is.
Are you muted, sir? Do you have your hand on the speakers or anything? Microphone. We're starting out hot again. Thanks, Reezy. See you in a minute. Bye.
See ya.
Yep. Dr. Huge Show, everybody. This is how we do it. That's why you got to like, share, subscribe. We're fucking killing it out here. I don't know if you've noticed. No tech issues ever. You know, always right about all of our wrestling takes. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Destroying it.
At least you can see me this week, even though I'm very glitchy with the background.
That's not too bad.
Nah.
Is that an actual green screen or is that like an app thing?
No, it's on here.
Oh, wow.
It's on one of the settings. Yeah. But you got to get it perfect or my fucking hands disappear. Like, this is weird.
Yeah. We've seen that before with the Reezus. If he comes back.
Yeah.
Give it another shot, though, Reezy. Again, you got to like, you got to subscribe. You got to go over to YouTube, everybody. I'm talking to the 8 people that have come into the room now. This week has screwed everything up because it's technically 1 o'clock right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still tired.
Yeah, this daylight savings.
All right, I'm here.
He's here, everybody. Reezy in the house. Shout out to you, bro.
There you go.
We need you here this week for some TNA, talk and stuff like that.
All right.
Because they don't give me any TNA where I'm from. I have to pay for it. And so I'm like, I pay for enough things.
Yeah.
And shout out to you, Sasha Reigns in the house. That's right. All right. So we got all kinds of things to talk about today. First, I've spoken about this before, totally forgot about it, then rethought of this. The list of people that we need out of our professional wrestling. See all these wrestlers out here, the Jeff Jarrett's of the world and Bubba Ray's and, everybody. They're out here talking about let's get more celebrities involved in wrestling. And I'm of the opinion that we should get them out. And not only that, maybe try to boost up and push the guys and girls that have been in and around wrestling. Say like Dr. Huge. Would that be crazy? That'd be crazy though. But how about this for the list? Well, I'll give you some of mine and maybe you guys have some others. Pat McAfee. He's got to go, right?
Yeah, he's got to go. Number one on the list.
Yep. They act like all these guys are like, oh, they love pro wrestling forever. And they've always, no, they're doing other stuff. Okay. This Pat McAfee, he just kind of came out of nowhere. And it's just.
When in the past did you ever hear that Pat McAfee liked wrestling before they got him into it?
I didn't know who he was until he was like in wrestling.
He's a fucking punter.
And then Logan Paul, of course. Did you hear Kevin Nash scathing little style, whatever he said on his podcast? He went after him again. They do not like each other. I remember they had the thing on Twitter or Instagram a year or two ago, but Logan Paul he basically buried him, saying CM Punk sunned him, and then he fucked up a bunch of moves with Rey Mysterio, and he's like, obviously it wasn't Rey Mysterio's fault, right?
Right.
So Yeah. Philly sports pride. He's still sticking with Pat McAfee.
Yeah, I think
Listen.
most people are.
Don't do it, guys. Stick with us. Stick with us instead.
Yeah.
And then Peter Rosenberg, get him out. I Show Speed, get him
Oh
out.
yeah, get Peter Rosenberg out of here. Now that I agree with.
Thank you.
Please, nobody likes that guy.
No. Yeah, he can definitely go. I Show Speed. Come on, I don't even know why anybody
I
thought
don't
it
even
was a
think
good
he'll
idea.
be back. I
No.
don't even think he'll be back.
I don't know. He showed up in the Prime outfit a couple WrestleManias ago, then or the mascot there outfit. Then he got speared by Braun Breaker recently. I always have to really think about my bronze. There's so many of them. And then what else did he do? Oh, and then the little vignette deals that they give to him every once in a while. Like, look, we know this guy, and he's talking about what he did with us.
Yeah,
it's
horrible.
crazy, man. This world of this influencer celebrity type. It's the shits.
It's the shits.
It's the shits.
What do you guys think of Travis Scott?
It's the shits.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Travis Scott. I can give two shits less about the guy, you know.
Especially in one of his first spots, he haymakers fucking Cody Rhodes till he burst his fucking ear open.
And you know what? Here's what I would say on Travis Scott's side. They told him to do it.
Oh yeah.
The Rock said, "Make it count."
The Rock told him
this
that.
guy wasn't trained.
Yeah.
They knew this guy didn't know what he was doing.
Stupid.
It's just dumb. Like, why?
I didn't even have Travis Scott on my list, but he is now.
He is now.
Get him out.
Yeah.
Can't believe I forgot about him. Yeah, we don't need him. And Reese, you're up on the hip hop, especially the modern stuff, more than I am, certainly.
Yeah.
What is Travis Scott? Can you like give us an equal in
So
like say
Travis
the 90s?
Scott, he's what these young kids listen to.
Like young kids, like the little
Young kids, like 21 and younger.
Oh, okay.
If you're older than most people older than 21 don't listen to Travis Scott, probably don't even know who he is.
So why does that make him a wrestler? Because that seems like what they're pushing for is to put him in some kind of fucking.
So his music is actually, now don't get me wrong, his music is pretty popular to the young community. He's like, how can I explain him? He jocks a lot from, like he bites a lot from a combination of Kid Cudi, Kanye, and EDM music, and it's like, yeah, a mixture of all that. I'm not a big fan of him because he's annoying. I mean, he just says the same word in all his music. He doesn't really have too many lyrics. Like if you hear his song "Fiend," that's all he says is "Fiend, Fiend, Fiend." You know, so I mean, he doesn't. It's
I
not
think
real
I've heard
music.
that piece of shit. I think
Yeah,
I've
it's
heard
not
that.
real music. He doesn't make real music to me.
And that's why I laugh. Like, of course, the old flow in the rap style, like if it's from the 80s, you know, the who and the huh, oh, he, huh. You're like, that's kind of cringe, right? When you look back on it. But still, you understand what they're saying at least, and they're rhyming. If you listen to the rap now, like this song that they keep playing from him, all the WWE stuff from Travis Scott, I assume it's Travis Scott, right? I still don't even know. You know, the one where it's like, but it's like, it seems so, it's just as basic as the 80s stuff. And the kids tell me that this is some sophisticated, you know, deal that's going on. The voice is highly auto-tuned and everything, so you can cut all that out. At best, back in the day, all you had was reverb, like a little bit of reverb. That's like all you.
And he's also kind of hated too because he's a piece of shit as a human being. Like a bunch of people at his he had a tour, and a bunch of people, I can't remember what happened, but a bunch of people were dying in his car.
Yeah, they died.
A little festival thing. Yep.
Yeah, his festival. Yeah, and he knew this was happening. He kept the concert going.
Yeah. No, it was very weird, you know, with all that.
He had a manager.
Stuff.
He had a manager who had a seizure in his studio, and dude was telling him to call 911, and he looks at him and says something like, "I don't pay you to do this," and he left.
What a piece of shit.
And the guy, I think, died. So I mean, and somebody can come in here. This is the story, but somebody come here and say the full story of kind of what happened. But yeah, he's a piece of shit, man. And but
And that's like a public story that has been around.
Yeah.
He's like, you die on your own fucking time. You don't
I
die on
wouldn't
my
want to
time.
work for nobody like that.
I'm telling you, there was something up with The Rock coming out in that crazy ass Elvis costume he had at the chamber with a Baphomet on his back.
Really?
That wasn't a Brahma bull. Go look closer. To me, a thing with horns and the slimmer face, it just reminds me of that occultic stuff that I'm always
Wouldn't
aware of.
surprise me. I mean, you can easily draw a Baphomet and make it look similar to a bull. So I mean, they both have horns.
Mm-hmm. Didn't look like the old school Brahma bull, that's for sure. The Rock.
I mean, right now, we already know that The Rock is the highest investor. He has his hand in a lot of shit, and I can guarantee you, he's calling the shots.
Oh yes, he pretty much said as much. Him and Ari Emanuel.
Yeah. A lot of you guys think Triple H is in control. Triple H is in control what they let him have control of.
Of course. He's the director of the board. He has the final say.
The final boss.
Final boss.
He walks into the boardroom and just goes,
"Trailer park trash."
And then, rock bottoms like all these executives through that like long board table thing that they sit around. Yep.
He pours his tequila all over him
Mm-hmm.
when he's on the floor.
Slaps the syphilis off of everybody's faces in there. Yeah. Does it all. The Rock, man. He's killing it. He's coming out. Every time he comes out, he electrifies the crowd still. He points at his arm and his goosebumps.
Yeah. I think that's like a condition. He should probably get that looked at.
Yeah. He's pointing at his rashes, his syphilis.
His syphilis.
Yeah.
It's got syphilis on the brain.
Yeah, maybe he's slapping the syphilis onto people's faces.
Ah.
Could be. Another conspiracy there, Reezy. So, okay. Travis Scott, we got it. Total scumbag. I believe it. I trust my sources like Reezy. And shout out to Jimmy Tops out here. He's back, folks. I'm excited to see
Jimmy Tops is in the building.
Yep.
Jimmy Tops.
Whoop, whoop. But yeah, man, it's pro wrestling. I will say, everybody had a cage match last week. When I say everybody had a cage match last week, it was literally like 7 cage matches in like that entire week.
We were all in one last week, even myself. Yep.
Like, holy shit. Everybody just come together and agree, hey, let's all do a cage match.
Yeah,
it's
but
crazy, everybody just randomly did a cage match and didn't know the other was doing one.
But what was the best one, though?
You know what? I would have to say the one on Raw, because I will say this. I laughed my ass off the way Roman Reigns dragged Seth Rollins out that cage.
Oh,
it was hilarious.
It was so good.
I didn't. Nobody seen that coming. All you seen is some big arms just grab him.
He fucking yoked him out of the fucking ring. It was great.
You know what it reminded me of was, remember when Raven got pulled out by that fan?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was just like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and the fan got in the cage and everybody stopped fighting each other. I bet he shit his pants. When
Raven's like, I didn't know I was getting pulled out. He's like, as soon as somebody was doing it, I just went with it because I'm like, oh, is this a part of like what we're supposed to be doing? So he let him like drag him right out of there.
Yeah. We need more of that. People jumping in cages.
Yeah, where's Mark?
I mean, we had 1 year during the pandemic, and like 1 year, we had like 4 different shows where people would just jump the ramp.
Yeah. And get their ass handed to them.
It happened in AE. It literally happened in AEW, and then literally like a week later, it happened in WWE. It was like, whoa, like what is going on?
Yeah. Triple H is studying AEW. Remember that, guys.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Studying.
Yeah.
Taking
Studying
notes,
what not to do.
talking into a recorder. You know, all he's thinking about is AEW because AEW has the best wrestlers in the wrestling in the world. That's what I've been told.
Right.
That doesn't always work. You may have the best talent in the world, but your show still sucks.
You know what?
don't know how
I'll
to-
give him this. I watched this week a little bit, like as best as I could. And I saw the MJF with the Hurt Business. I saw, God, what else did I see? There's so much. Everything just comes, you know. I'm starting to think about stuff in Raw now. Like, what the hell? But yeah, in general, it was good. Mox was actually on the lower part of that with his promo. Overall, the story parts of them, like the thing that we want from them the most is to make us care about the matches that they're doing, seem to be happening. I was actually engaging with it. My one problem is every single match, it seemed like, had luchadors in it.
Yeah, it's very heavy with that. It has, I must admit, it has gotten a little bit better. They still got a long road ahead of them to really, I don't know, have me fucking sit there and watch it every week. But it's gotten a little better.
I think right now, Tony, and it has gotten better. I think right now, Tony is focusing more. I think he's noticing a lot of his fuck ups and mistakes, and he's trying to fix that. But yeah, they have gotten better. He has been releasing a lot of his talent because he knows he has a loaded roster and he doesn't want people there that doesn't want to be there. And I'm happy he's doing that because you can't. I don't like how, because Vince did this. I don't like keeping people under a contract that doesn't want to be under a contract.
Right.
You know, that's, to me, it's bad for both parties. You're wasting money, and you know what I mean. But anyways, yeah, it has been getting better. I give them that. Revolution, AEW Revolution. I watched that pay-per-view. There was a lot of good things I liked and some bad things, but overall, it was decent. I don't know if you guys seen the lady that interviewed from the movie that their stars are in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
So no matter how much they come out and try to back this up, you can't back this up. She did an interview trying to explain, well, that's not what I meant. I just tried to say that they had confidence that they know they're going to win. No.
That
doesn't even
just own it, you know?
Yeah.
I blame AEW more than her because it's like, did you guys even talk to her in the back? You guys should have known what she was going to say before she said it.
Yeah.
Hello, William.
Needs to be way more control on that shit. Because you know that WWE probably has a brief with the celebrities and everybody that's at ringside beforehand.
Yeah. AEW, it is. Listen, it's just
it's unorganized.
I don't know anything that's going on before it necessarily. I know of what's going on, but this past week the stories were good. The matches didn't hold me, even though some of them were good. Cage caught a dude luchador that come flying out of the ring and things like that. It was pretty impressive, and then he suplexed him, like he caught him a guy flying out of the ring like this, and then suplexed him. It was sick. Like there's moments like that where I do love the wrestling. But now you really got to focus on these stories and these characters and getting them over and picking who you want to get over, because you can't do it with everybody. Cut half these guys, make it most of the luchas. I mean, for crying out loud, they got these women out here, some of them that like are 10s that I didn't even know of. Harley Cameron, I think her name is.
Yeah.
Oh, she had some photo this week. Everybody's like gushing over it, quite literally. And then they put her in a lucha mask. Is that the same one that was in a lucha mask this week? Because if that's her, that doesn't make any sense.
No. She was hot for a while. And why would you do that?
Yep.
Yeah,
Stupid.
they really need help with their women's. They really need help booking their women's division big time.
Yeah, so that stinks. Get the most of them luchas out of there. I don't dislike lucha wrestling or anything. It was every match, every single match. You got luchas. Like, come on, guys. And then Kenny Omega. I think he was the first thing that came out this week. And as soon as I see Kenny Omega, I'm like, I'm gonna go do something else. I'll come back later. I'm not listening.
You
to
really
him
don't
talk.
like Kenny Omega.
I'm not
No.
listening. He sucks, man.
It's the shits.
I don't care. He's the LeBron James of wrestling. That's how I see him. Because I think LeBron James is so overrated. It's like not even funny. I get it. Kenny Omega does cool moves and stuff, but so doesn't Brian Cage, I guess. And he looks the part. And Kenny Omega comes out there with that 80-pound head like Pat McAfee and just meanders and goes. It's like I'm not watching that.
He's so fucking vanilla. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's disgusting. It's so boring. I do the same thing. I was watching highlights and I just fast forwarded through it. It's boring as shit.
Did you see the promo, Reezy? You want to relay a message of what he was trying to tell us?
The promo of Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
I have not caught that.
See, because you don't care, and I don't care.
I
Nobody
love. Don't get me. I love Kenny, but I didn't see that. I didn't see it at all. I didn't see it.
See, Exhibit A, folks. Even your fans aren't watching because they don't need to.
Now, one good thing I hear they're doing is they're shortening they're shortening their belts.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like getting rid of the 15 belts they have?
Yeah, so they're gonna merge. Rumor is they're gonna merge two of their single belts, the international and the continental.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Which neither one of those are needed. So great, they're gonna merge them into one.
Good.
Yep. They definitely need to do more merging like that. Get liking and subscribing, everybody. I might even go to YouTube halfway through this show. Try to force people over there. I know these X people love watching on X and the TikTok people love watching on TikTok, but these YouTube numbers are what, Bret Hart?
It's the shits.
They're the shits right now. And that's the one platform that we need to get over on, which it confuses me because everybody's got YouTube, right? Do you have YouTube, Sleaze?
Yes.
Yep. I know Reezy does. I think everybody else does. The only people that chat are on YouTube, yet we have way more viewers and everywhere else.
And the very few times I'm not on, that's where I watch it. You know? So I don't know.
Hey, it's slowly getting there, but it could happen a lot faster with the help of the HUGEnverse, of course. So
grow
we don't
up,
know.
people.
Yeah, come on. Remember, you'll catch a fresh one from us if we see it, and we have seen some of you out there before at Comic Cons and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't be so friendly next time.
Mm-hmm. That's right, William. See, William has YouTube, and it only took you like a month to subscribe. After going, what are you on? And I keep missing you. And then I one day I seen William subscribe, and I'm like, what the hell? You weren't subscribed this whole time? Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Notifications, all the buttons. Generally, we've just been doing the Saturday shows, but I'll be getting the weeknight shows going again. I'm trying to book, Sleaze. It's even harder than it was before.
It is.
Even harder. Everybody's so flaky.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
That's the biggest thing is they'll sit there and say, yeah, I'll come on. And at the last minute, they bail.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, I want to do this and that. And then everybody ghosts you. Right. It's like, wait a second. What happened? Like, just say you don't want to do it then or whatever. I'll just like move on. But, I've been talking about Nasty Neil for months. The horror guy. Supposedly he's got 2 feature films coming up and all this other stuff. He's in the Dabbleverse, which I love. And you know what? He does every fucking vegetable and potato show out there before he even does mine. Meaning they're literally vegetables and fruits and potatoes and things. He's doing shows with them over Dr. Huge. Crazy.
I can only think they're intimidated. I don't think they have the confidence to come on.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're afraid. Don't be afraid.
We're nice fucking guys. Come on.
We don't bite hard, as Austin Powers used to say. What's this, William? I'm old and lame. I didn't understand notification. You got to hit the subscribe buttons. There's buttons all over the place on all these different apps. Tell me about it. I remember when apps were becoming a thing in the late 2000s. I technically didn't even know what it was until 2012. Yeah. I'm like, apps. Every time somebody said apps, I'm thinking appetizers. I'm not even joking. I was just appetizers, food.
Oh, there's food?
And they're like, yeah, an application, dude, programs. I'm like, I'm not a computer nerd. Sorry. I'm like, what's his name? Joey Lawrence from Cobra Kai. He almost made it in here, this Reezy. Almost. We'll try again.
Oh, Jesus.
Mac Diesel in the house, of course. Vegetables, as in quadriplegic, and fruits, as in sodomites. Wow.
Whoa.
Oh, where's my O's?
Oh. Anal. Jeez.
Yep. Buck sex.
Reezy.
What's
up? I'm back.
Up? He's back. The picture is not as good, but that's all right. As long as the audio's
fine. That's totally fine.
I
got a phone call. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, man, like I think wrestling as a whole has been pretty interesting.
Yep. You missed Mac Diesel's joke.
Yeah.
Easy.
Anal.
You can read it. I'm not going to say it back for you.
Yeah.
It was a good joke, though.
Oh. You can tell the person that called you that you missed his fucking little joke that he had. All right?
Right.
So I don't care if it was your mom or your dad or your girlfriend. It's their fault.
It is their fault. I gotta figure out how to stop phone calls from coming in. Just don't call.
Have no friends like the sleaze.
Is it Orange Cassidy? Is he trying to call? And then you pick up and it's heavy breathing. But, that's the last thing.
Keys in his pockets.
Yeah, that's the last thing on my list for AEW as far as negatives, which is a lot of negatives for one show. But because Orange Cassidy is not a main eventer, okay? Stop putting him on first and stop putting him on second. He's a middle of the pack act that you put on because he is actually I don't care how good he wrestles with the gimmick and everything. The hands in the pockets the whole time. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah. I don't know what he does backstage to get that much TV time, but it's crazy. It's got to be a lot of fellation.
Whoa, we got a close up there.
What the fuck was that?
That was funny.
Yep. So this Orange Cassidy, get him out of my life. He's another one. Put him on the list of people I want out of my wrestling. Sorry, even though you're a wrestler, he's probably the only wrestler I think I got on the list.
No, Mercedes Moné. Get her off the fucking TV. Enough is enough.
I forgot about Andrew Schultz because they made a big deal out of him. He was on there, that comedian, podcaster. He stunk as a podcaster. He stinks as a comedian. He sells out Madison. Well, maybe not sells out, but he plays Madison Square Garden for a comedy show. Where are these people coming from, sleaze?
I don't know.
Why are they so popular?
Comedy is so dry right now that people that are big are not a big deal. If they were back like 20 years ago, they'd be nobodies. Comedy is bad now.
I can't stand it. It feels like the music business. Like I said, like industry plants.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart's of the world. And guess what? I think Kevin Hart is funny. But is he that funny?
Yeah, there's probably a handful of comedians out there that I can say, okay, I can see why people like them. But a lot of them like to have specials on fucking Netflix and shit. You're like, why is this funny?
Reezy, you was saying something?
I said Kevin Hart, I mean, he's a hit or miss for me. You know, I'm not a big Kevin Hart fan. He's a hit or miss for me, but I agree comedy is dry. There's not that many comedians that I can count on my hand that I can say, this guy's funny. I would pay to go with this guy.
Yeah. Cat Williams is way better, in my opinion.
Cat
Way
Williams is very funny.
Mhm.
So, and of course, he's not in the, the cliques in Hollywood like that because obviously everybody else in there are up to no good.
Right.
Oh yeah.
One way or another. They're not up to anything good. That's why all this content that they're putting out there the past several years, it stinks.
It's the shits.
It's crap.
Well, how many more remakes do we need?
That's all Hollywood can do is remakes and sequels only because they're out of ideas.
I'm not reading. Well, I will read it, I guess. William Robinson writes, Joe Rogan is still the funniest guy on the air.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, bro.
Joe Rogan.
Oh God. That's the funniest thing I've heard all week.
Yeah, that's funnier than anything Joe Rogan ever said.
God.
You
Yeah.
know?
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not shitting.
Sorry,
on you.
William. Yeah, we don't
Jesus
agree.
Christ, William.
Yep, you're not going to get anybody agreeing here. He's not funny on the air, on the stage. He's not funny. Like, come on.
This stand-up sucks. It's unbearable to watch.
Do you really watch Joe Rogan for laughs?
No.
Just give me a one in the chat.
I don't
Anybody,
even think
anywhere.
people know Joe Rogan as a comedian. They know him as a podcaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Nobody cares about his comedic work.
And it's not just like stand-up comedy. Of course, you can be funny on your own podcast and things. But usually, if I'm listening to Joe Rogan, and I have plenty, I'm not like, oh, man, oh, ha, 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 Joe. Good one.
No.
Ever.
Those aren't the bullet points. No.
Usually is his guest or something. Or
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Listen, I'm just not a fan. Sorry. And that's why I'm never going to be in those groups either. Because I will like speak my mind and they'll be like, we don't want this guy around. He's not playing he's not coming on our shows and on our stages. So
Do you remember when him and that other unfunny guy took over the Man Show and it tanked and they canceled it?
mm-hmm. And one of them was funny. I remember. Who were the two that they gave it to?
It was
God, one is a great stand-up still.
Jimmy Kimmel and what's his face were the ones that started, and it was fucking hilarious. And then when they left, it just went to shit.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Top says it's like people don't know Henry Rollins does comedy too. Yeah, I know. He does those spoken words acts and where he just gets up there and talks about stuff and rants and raves. I tried watching one of them years ago on YouTube, and I was like, after about 10 minutes, I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
Not everybody is funny. That's the thing, is not everybody is funny. A lot of people try to be funny, and it's aggravating to the point you want to smack the shit out of them.
Have you noticed like we're almost like you have an epidemic of people that aren't funny that are trying to be in the funny business.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know what to make of it. It's just, it's annoying. And then they push so hard. Imagine going to comedy school, and there's no shade really at anybody doing it, but in my opinion, that shit is cringe. If you're doing improv groups and you're going to comedy coaches, you don't understand how to make people laugh from like a young age. Get the fuck out of here! Like, that's ridiculous.
It's not something you learn; it's something you have. You're either funny or you're not funny.
And timing and things.
And funny is a gift. It's a talent.
Right.
Not everybody has it. You may think you have it, but not everybody has it.
And they're making a Spinal Tap 2 opens in September. I'm an extra in the movie.
Wow.
Are you goofing?
Didn't see that coming.
He's not lying.
Wow, not even a lie. You're gonna be in Spinal Tap 2. Wow.
Huh.
Wear a Dr. Huge shirt.
You're right.
Go to the store right here. Check this out, everybody. Support the show and buy some merch. Get that fanny pack. It's fucking great.
I've been meaning to buy that fucking thing. I really want it.
Bam. Dr. Huge store link is on my Twitter somewhere. I should just put that in my profile, I guess. remove the show because it's not like anybody's going over the show on YouTube, right? Nobody likes clicking links. Can I get rid of this week too? Want to make a big fuss about this ticker down here that nobody clicks, or no, can't click on it. Nobody reads it, so
right.
I want to get rid of it. But if only I, like I said, had computer skills like all these other nerds out here. Nerds.
Dorks.
There, it's gone. Gone forever. You'll never have
Holy
to see a
shit.
ticker again, everybody.
Yep. Hope you're happy, guys.
Yep. Is that you feeding back over there, King Reezy? Sounds like
yeah.
you're moving a
You can
whole lot.
You can see his heartbeat going with the noise.
Yep. Can you fix that? Oh, I think you did. All right. Thank you. I was
All
just
right.
testing it out.
Jesus.
Testes. Test.
Testing.
All right. Good enough.
No, but man, like, back to this comedian shit. Like, there's maybe 2 comedians I think is funny that I probably like, and that's Cat Williams, Corey Holcomb, and that's about
Corey
it.
Holcomb.
Corey Holcomb he's not with the Hollywood shit. He's very underground, but he's really funny. He has a podcast on YouTube that's hilarious.
Everyone has a fucking podcast.
Don't they? Everybody has a podcast, even people who shouldn't have a podcast.
My grandmother was still alive. She'd have a podcast.
Yep. And you remember, Sleaze, I was telling everybody to do this. I'm like, everybody needs a podcast. Everybody needs to get live streaming and all this stuff. I was like the forerunner of all of this. And I would tell everybody, I'm like, do this now, dude. We have a buddy that has like over 100 guitars and basses and all this stuff. Doesn't even play out. And I'm always like, you have all the devices and equipment. Why don't you do a podcast or just talk about, your gear, because you have a whole house of it. And I'm sure people will love it because they love show and tells, And then we know he loves to talk. I know you know that, Sleaze. So
Yes.
It's like it's a perfect like marriage, and then it's just like, nah. I'm like, okay, all right.
I don't know why he never considered doing that.
But I can think of like dozens and dozens of people just like this, that women that have horror rooms like this, full of horror stuff, and it's like, you're into this so much. Why don't you just talk about it in front of a camera?
Yeah, fucking do it.
It's like, okay, you're sitting on a gold mine, but all right. I have to come out here with this face and this voice and try to like make everybody get involved here. And it's a struggle. I mean, if only I was a chick, I would just show my ass on here. Wouldn't even do anything. It would just be ass, like in Idiocracy, the movie that came out. And it was just an ass on the screen. And I just put my ass right in the screen. And you guys could talk about wrestling still. And I'd just stand there like this. And we would get 100,000 likes probably in a day, Reezy, right?
we can probably make some good money.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll do that still as a male. Maybe that will work.
I was thinking that. Maybe I'll just next week, I'll shave my ass, and instead of seeing this, you just see my ass.
Yep.
Because a lot of some podcasts, I know, like Fight for another podcast, they have that link on their thing, on their page when they're going live, and people could just click on it and just
look at an ass.
To super chats and send money and stuff. I mean, people send money to anything they like.
Yeah, we should probably put our podcast on OnlyFans too.
I
heard there are podcasts on there. I mean, think about it. If that's where everybody's going to for content, and that's like they're just staring at their phones 24 hours a day at women, then why not be there? At least we'll get in the way, and then we'll be seen somewhat out here in these internet streets. Get liking and subscribing and retweeting and sharing.
Not just OnlyFans, we can stream on everything.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying. I only got access to 3 right now.
Okay.
If I want to spend like $500 a year or something, I might be able to get more. Which, I mean, eventually, but hey, we need you guys to go support the album here. We need you to go to the store once again. all that good stuff. Yep. Not doing this just for our health. We would like this to build this, and then we can get into the realm of WWE and get in front of them again, and then kick out Sam Roberts and Peter Rosenberg and Pat McAfee, and we'll kick them all out.
Yeah.
We gotta get in. We're gonna infiltrate.
Yeah, you can actually be entertained instead of annoyed.
Exactly.
Silly.
Yep. And we know wrestling too. And I mean, the Rosenberg really does bother me too, because he's also involved in my hip hop.
Yeah.
You're like, who are you to get involved into my hip hop world like this? I didn't invite him in. Did you, Reezy?
No.
So
I
we'll
did
kick
it.
him out. Yep. He stinks.
Terrible.
He's so bald.
Rosenberg is terrible. Nobody they don't even like Rosenberg on Hot 97.
Yeah.
Nobody likes
I
Rosenberg.
don't get how these people get eyes from WWE. I just don't. It's got to be numbers? Like
because
looks?
WWE, they think they're not hip with the times. So they would research and say, "Oh, Rosenberg is known in the hip hop community. Okay, let's bring him over and maybe they will come watch us." Not knowing that they don't even like Rosenberg.
Wasn't it a news story that Roberts and Rosenberg were paying to be on WWE TV?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I've heard that could be possible too. I've heard that. I've heard other people pay to be on WWE TV too.
Hey, maybe that we'll make that a goal on a Patreon or something someday.
Like that one guy, that podcaster. What's that kid's name? He's on there with Rosenberg. Sam Roberts. I hear he pays to be on there. He sucks. I never like.
He was on O&A back in the day, Opie and Anthony.
Yeah. He was the famous podcaster on YouTube back when we were on Periscope, before he was even doing all this. And people really liked him, but as I hear, he sold out.
Well, that's, again, it's another one of these things. I don't understand why people would like that. I've heard Sam. I don't know any of these people personally. I'm talking about entertainment wise. I'm not entertained by it. I'm just like, all right, he's just another wrestling nerd that has wrestling opinions, and I'm just like, okay, whatever.
He's got an annoying face, an annoying voice, and I don't get it. I thought you had to be good looking back in the day to like get on in Famous. Takes a lot to do this.
Yep.
Maybe I should just look stupid. We should change up our thought process, I guess. Make our voices more annoying and make ourselves look really stupid.
Well, I mean, he did at least cut the hair. He went full bald pride, which is what you need to do, especially the white dudes out there. If you're gonna start getting patches and stuff, don't keep a super villain haircut. Just shave it, because it looks like somebody took like a hairdo off like a 5-year-old, and then they put it on a bald person's head.
Yeah,
get rid of it.
Horrible.
Look insane.
Fugly friggin' people.
John Cena, I heard, has hair again.
Yeah, amazingly.
Testosterone shots, right? Or maybe he's just eating more babies.
Yeah, go take another hairbrush in your ass.
Oh, I didn't want that clip. I wanted this. Eating more babies. That's
well,
right.
You know what it is when he goes to the movie sets and they spray paint his fucking hair on. He can't do that when he wrestles, because then it will get all over the other person. And after, it's like the face paint. It goes away after a while.
The Miz and Zack Ryder have tried that before. They both spray painted their hair, and then they got slammed on the mat, and you just see like this brown spot on the mat. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spray on hair. I should try that.
Yeah.
Spray on every single piece of hair.
So when we come back next week looking stupid, that's what you should do.
Nice.
I'll think of something.
And then Reezy will show his buttocks on the screen.
Yeah.
Right? And
then
the views will just come rolling in.
Oh yeah, they love the views always come in during the extreme.
Yep. shout out to Periscope, even though you still exist somehow. But
Yeah,
then,
right.
like, but then you just don't want to pay anybody. Got
I
it.
don't even think you could do I don't know. I don't think they're really because they have a website, but when you go on it, it says it's down, like it's
Mhm.
no longer up.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do know when Periscope went down, a lot of people were angry because a lot of people that were getting paid during Periscope,
Mm-hmm.
you
They
know,
got paid?
some people got paid.
I was
I know
getting paid.
some people got paid, but
I
I know
had
a
to
lot of
bitch for
people.
badges. I had to pester them so much for anything. And then
Yeah,
on top of it, they would take like 70 something percent. It was something,
yeah,
it was ungodly.
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of people didn't get to keep their videos, like their
Mm-hmm.
past, you know what I mean, their library of the stuff they were
Yep.
doing.
Yeah.
Like a lot
Thanks.
of people lost a lot during Periscope because that came out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, I kind of felt it coming on anyway. I'm just like, fuck this. And it didn't matter anyway, because like I said, they would take like 70% plus of any earnings that you would get during it, which
And
is,
then they had the other app that came called Haps. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It was
Haps.
yeah, they had some shit called Haps that came out. It was out. I don't know if it was owned by Periscope, but it looked very similar to Periscope. And it was the exact same details. And they lasted about a year and went down.
yeah, they're like, how can we fuck everybody over here and then rug pull them, basically?
Yeah.
Take all their data, their content, and the majority of the money. But that's
Yeah.
all these platforms, really.
Chew
I
and
mean,
screw.
yeah, you can't. Everybody's got to get on everything. That's why listen. These professional athletes today, just to change gears for a moment, but still kind of stay on topic. I don't understand how you have $100 million plus contracts going on. In some cases, 300 million, and you have a Twitter and an social medias that you're using. You drive your own cars everywhere. You have podcasts. Like, go fuck yourself. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Who would have all that money and all that success to play a game? How about go get better at playing that game?
Yeah.
That
Because they have
Instead of
nothing better to do.
you're making all this money. You think Jordan would have a podcast and social media? Absolutely not.
no, not at all. Kill us.
Embarrassing. This generation of really people, the athletes are just like a symptom of what I'm talking about. But this is really stupid, guys. Everybody's getting so dumb, like at a rapid rate, and the faster AI is getting better and better and better. Nobody's writing anything anymore. Nobody's creating anything anymore, and they're all just going to get dumbed down like crazy in the next 20 years.
Well, what's happening with AI now is AI would do everything for you.
Yeah, think
If you
small.
have a survey that you have to do, if you're in college, you have a survey you have to do. Now you can give that survey to the AI, and they will do that whole survey for you.
That's comforting. That's
Grok.
comforting for the future. I'm
I don't
very
know if you
excited
guys know
about
what
that.
Grok is. You guys, Twitter's Grok. Grok would tweet for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Did you know that there's a bunch of profiles out there, accounts that aren't even active, but they have AI running it, and it writes the way that they write. So you think that and they're replying to everything, and they're talking to everything, and they're getting all this engagement, and it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've had
Scary
people
shit.
respond.
People don't know that's scary shit.
It is scary. I've had people respond to my tweets using Grok. And I just find it like people are just getting uncreative. You can have AI write movie scripts for you, write music for you. And it's like, and they already talk about Hollywood. And this is how you know they're out of ideas. Hollywood is already, some Hollywood executives is using AI to write their movie scripts. And it's like, this world is going to be this is going to be Terminator Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're moving into slowly. It's Terminator Judgment Day. They already have AI robots that look like us that they're advertising to put out that'll clean your house, babysit your kids, and
Fuck those
drive you.
robots.
Yeah, that's.
I don't trust those fucking robots.
I don't. Man, listen, they're gonna be too smart. Think about it. If they get smarter than us, what makes you think they're not gonna say, "Well, what do we need these guys for?"
What they're gonna do, I think, is they're gonna get so smart that they're gonna know everything about us, even every individual, and then they're gonna be able to talk everybody into everything. So people are like, "Oh my god, that Mark of the Beast stuff and whatever." And I'm not even like, I know all about religion, but I'm not necessarily like subscribed to it. But I see that like the world is like subscribed to it, and that they're like forcing these things to happen. You know, whether it's like subconsciously or somehow they got the world to like all go along with this weird end times horseshit. And you know, you got Elon Musk over here wearing the Baphomet warrior costume in Halloween and making that as Avi on Twitter for years. And he's also the same guy that wants to put chips in people's heads and already has. And right now, that's
talking about in my head.
But I'm saying, like, right now, that sounds impossible for everybody. But when AI gets big enough and smart enough, they will talk everybody into it. It will almost be like you're stupid if you don't do that, right? It'll be like how they did it with the mind control stuff, how they got people off of checks onto cards. You know, they do this stuff with everything, but this will be on such a large scale that I don't think anybody will be able to not submit to it.
Yeah, that's the plan. You know, about putting chips in babies' heads. So and their excuse
Not John
is,
Cena's babies.
Yeah,
right. And their excuse is, it's funny. Their excuse is, this is how we can trap people to stop human trafficking. First off, you know how human trafficking works. You don't need to track anything. You know where these motherfuckers are. And they're gonna try to, and then they're gonna try to force them in us by telling us we need them or we have to get them.
Mm-hmm. And the first one you have to get the main baby eater.
Well, you can't get a job. That's what
you know who it is.
Please. You either get the chip in your head or you can't get a job.
Yeah, like I said, it's a mark of the beast. You can't buy or sell or do anything without it. Yep. Breakaway civilization.
Take everything. Your car, your house.
Mm-hmm. And I foresee, you know, they blow up the majority of the world like they had on the Georgia Guidestones and stuff before somebody blew that up and got away with it. I find that a little suspicious too. They don't want any evidence or anybody going, oh yeah, they want to dwindle the population down by like 95% or something. And then whoever's left, they're just gonna like almost keep like a zoo, you know, like this is how it used to be. Or because I'm telling you, this stuff is gonna, if it's AI is as fast and as they say it is, I mean, we're going to hit this sooner or later, and it's probably a lot sooner.
I think it is. It's faster than we think it is because it's moving very fast.
Mm-hmm.
I just like that I'm pushing 50, and I'll be dead before it really goes down. Hopefully.
No, I'm telling you, within 5 years, Sleaze.
Oh God!
I think this is like
somebody hit me with a bus.
We're in for some, I think, the craziest times in the next 5 years. Yeah,
hit me with a bus.
The question I have is humans. Us as humans, we abuse each other. We abuse animals. We can be killers. We could just be shitty people. What's stopping some shitty humans from
making shitty robots?
Yeah, and just abusing their robot and it malfunctioning and just killing people.
There was a video recently where a bunch of these kids had this robot and they were kicking it around and shit. That thing's gonna
that was Kai Cenat. Popular streamer Kai Cenat.
Fuck him. Stupid. You're gonna get us all killed.
Right.
I don't think it necessarily will work like that. I'm thinking their physical forms and stuff aren't even really what I'm worried about. I'm worried about it just getting so intelligent that it will just take over everything. It'll take over any device, and then it could turn it against us. And
I think in Japan they have a news anchor that's an AI.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
They
my
do in
God.
certain countries, yeah. They
Yeah,
have fake
so in certain countries they have news anchors that's AI. So they look and talk like us. They'll just turn on the news and they'll just be telling the weather and yeah.
What the
Yep.
fuck? What the fuck
And
is
Black
going
Mirror
on?
is coming back, and that's that
And
tells
the
you a
worst
lot of
part
truth
is
right there.
here's the worst part, Doc Huge. If you all don't think this is gonna take your jobs in the future, you're mistaken. This is gonna replace us in all of our jobs, fast food, everything. They're not gonna need us anymore because they don't gotta pay the robots. They don't gotta worry about them coming late to work. They don't gotta worry about them not listening.
I wish they do that at my job because we got a lot of lazy fucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be coming like ultra fast. I think by the end of the year, I think things are going to be changing dramatically, because I think this whole Trump administration deal plays a whole part in that, having Elon Musk involved and all the tech bros, and they're basically changing the system into another system after the coup stuff from 2020. It's problem reaction solution. They do it every time. I don't trust any of these people. This was the plan all along, to be doing all of this to then transition the world into the new world order, essentially. Brother,
Dude,
dude.
Jack.
Yeah. So anyway, how about that Cody Rhodes promo while we're still alive and the AI, aliens haven't come for us yet? See, we're harmless, guys. I know you're watching. You cut snippets of my show and you say you listen to every word and you type it out. So we don't want any beef. We get it. Right. We're on your side. Yep. But these Cody Rhodes promos, they stink. Can you turn down or something, Reezy? I'm coming through again, hardcore. Thank you.
All right. How that sound?
Test. Much better for me.
All right. My volume was up too loud.
What do you do? You put your phone in the microwave for a little bit?
Yeah. So Cody Rhodes comes out a couple times. We talked about this last week, Sleaze, but again, this week, I thought about what you were saying, like how it was like the shittiest promo ever where it didn't go anywhere. And then guess what happened this week? The same thing.
What do we want to talk about?
Nothing.
Yeah, it's killing the buildup. It was so good. The whole heel turn and all this, and you thought it was going to be bang, bang, bang up until freaking Mania, and it's a fucking empty balloon right now.
I mean, without John Cena talking and Cody Rhodes being the only one cutting promos, he's come out twice this week. He came out on Raw, cut that another shitty promo. Second one where I couldn't even tell you what he was saying because it was just it was fluff. And then he came out and he beat up somebody, I think, in the ring, and it didn't even speak all that much or at all. And I think he just left. But yeah, I mean, John Cena is going to really carry this thing, I guess, because Cody Rhodes, seems to me, he doesn't really care that he got beat up by these three dudes.
No, God, we say it all the time. It's so easy. And John Cena did it back when he was having that rivalry in the early fucking 2010s with The Rock. Every time The Rock didn't show up, Cena went out, but he said, "Oh, look at this. No Rock. You say you're going to be here. You're going to do this. I thought they were going to do that because you knew Cena wasn't going to come for a couple of fucking Monday Night Raws. Like, if you really read the internet, he was doing other shit, and now he's promoted for next Monday. Then come out and say, like, oh, you need to explain yourself. Where the fuck are you? You're a part-timer. This, that, and the other thing. You think you're going to take my belt? Nope. It's generic fucking Cody shit that bores the tears out of everybody.
Mm-hmm. Reezy, you have any hot takes on this? Have you seen any of Cody's promos the past few weeks?
His promos are all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same. Same thing what Slee said. I was expecting him to come out and do the same thing. Say, well, Cena's not here. He's not here. He's not you know what I mean? Yada yada yada. And it
No,
didn't
he didn't. He
happen.
hasn't mentioned Travis Scott one time. Not one time.
Maybe that's because he's really pissed at him.
Then
I
say
think
it.
if he
Be
was
real
really
on the
pissed
mic and
at him,
say it then.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think if he was really pissed at him, he would have said something, maybe on social media or something. But at the same time, it's like when he came out there, his promo meant nothing to me.
Oh my goodness, Byron. Hello, Byron Allen. A great comedian, famous comedian, folks. I think my grandpa watches you, and your Funny You Should Ask show. I know all about it. I know all about you. You're one of the greats. Dr. Huge, will you courageously take a stand and condemn Shuli Egar for employing, enabling, and befriending a pedo?
Oh.
I can courageously do anything I want, and I will take a stand and condemn. Well, I don't know. Should I condemn Shuli for befriending a pedo? Like that would be like if let's say somebody I knew, right? A friend of mine, not the sleaze, just hypothetically,
Oh God.
that would come on my show and then or help my show in any way. All right, let me leave it up at least. And so I can answer Byron Allen, who famous, very famous person. And I would I don't know if that would be necessarily my fault if I was being an honest human being, which I am. And if I was like me, Dr. Huge, and that happened with somebody else, and I was like totally mortified by it and everything, I don't know if I can condemn him for employing and enabling and befriending if he was fooled and he didn't know. But then again, maybe he did. So maybe he did know. I don't know. So I can't go out on that limb, you know, because I know certain
anything
people
about
sleaze
any of
before,
the people.
but you know, usually people with a name like Shuli Egar like to get like to litigate, and I don't want to litigate with anybody. You understand? So there. But I understand what you're saying, Byron Allen, and I see what's going on as well because I'm also a Dabbleverser. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you.
Yes.
I hope I said that properly and as adult as I could on this show.
It's good. It was good.
So Shuli, you don't know who Shuli is?
I have no clue.
He used to be on Howard Stern. Exactly. I mean, and you listen to Howard Stern. This is what's crazy about it. Like nobody even knows who Shuli is, but he's got this thing called the Shuli Network, and their main gimmick is you know how like we mainly talk about wrestling. He mainly just goofs on Stuttering John, who was also on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
And then it's created this whole, because really the star of all this is Stuttering John. He's created the Dabbleverse. And then there are podcasts related that are encircle this Dabbleverse, if you will. And then Shuli's supposedly one of the best at making fun of this Stuttering John. So now his whole channel is primarily based on that. But now that Stuttering John's been gone since January 1st, you know, imagine like if wrestling shut down for us.
Right.
Like every single promotion out there, they all just stopped doing it. Like then we would have to find like a whole bunch of other shit to talk about. Right. So now they're struggling with that because their pro wrestling went away.
So the more you're saying Shuli, I do remember that name.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. Shalom, bitch. Maybe you remember that from the series.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reezy, putting you through that. Nobody cares about a lot of this stuff, like the general public. I care about it because it's like the weirdest drama ever between all these people. And they got some of the funniest trolls. And I mean, Byron Allen watches.
Yeah, right. He's famous.
Yeah. I was as courageous as I could be. Like I said, I don't want lawsuits. I don't want you to shut down my show with 65 viewers right now. Get liking and subscribing and retweeting. 65 fucking views.
The way you did that, you were like Braveheart. Very, very courageous.
Freedom! Except for the guy that went to prison for, all that CP stuff.
Right.
He can stay there.
Right.
He can stay.
Mm.
And he's going to get those cheeks busted. Ooh-wee. Soo-wee.
That back blown out.
Yep. Squeal like a pig. He's going to get Heidenreicht back there.
Yeah, that's not good.
I watched that for the first time probably ever. I knew of it, and I knew of Heidenreich, but that was the era of wrestling again that I wasn't like really watching. But he put him in a bathroom like stall or something, and he was literally like pushing up against him, and Cole's like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, this is wild. I thought this was like the PG era. I might have if I ever tuned in during that segment, I'm like, I have to get back into wrestling. This is pretty awesome.
That pulled me right back in.
I didn't put you to sleep, Reezy, right? With all that Dabbleverse stuff.
Oh nah, man. I'm just listening. I'm just listening and chilling.
Yep. There's fruits and potatoes and vegetables. And there are quadriplegics, Mac Diesel, if you're still listening, that are in the Dabbleverse. The Quad Father is his name. He's in the Dabbleverse. Who else? They all porn bomb each other on their shows.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I haven't caught enough of that, I think. What the fuck does that say?
Byron Allen, I can't believe you speak like this, Byron Allen, on the internet. You're a courageous friend of the children. Dr. Hughes, thank you. Kudos for your courageous stance that Shuli's Jewish ancestry makes him litigious by default.
Right, you didn't say that.
That's one person's take. I didn't say that. I'm saying like usually a name like that generally makes me a little leery, and I don't want to like go to court over words.
Right.
Especially when I'm stupid and I don't know what I'm saying, which will be my defense. I'll be like, well, I'm insane. Good luck, because I'll go to the loony bin. I'll just cut shows from the loony bin. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll give me a phone, I'm sure, unless they think I'll like take it apart and stab myself in the neck with it or something. Yeah. No, I won't do that though. And I'm definitely not feeling any type of way where I want to delete myself sleeves. I want to put that out there as well.
Right.
I understand how these things work. This is very, very, what's the word? It's very something. So anyway.
Yeah. It's a lot of something.
So yeah, Cody Rhodes sucks. He's really not building up this whole deal with John Cena. And what's our other championship match? Jey Uso and Gunther, which was some things happened last night. Gunther wrestled Axiom, which was a great match. We don't have to talk about it. It just was a great match. And Gunther then, I think he wanted to beat him up some more. Jey Uso no, he didn't. That was weeks ago. I don't know. This is one of the most purest wrestling angles I've seen in a long time. I'm going to stick to it, like I said from day one, that even though Jey Uso isn't necessarily the best promo guy, the best wrestler, he's the underdog good guy going against one of the unbeatable heels. And this is old school wrestling right here. I'm here for it. I like it. Yeet. Let's go. Let's yeet, everybody. Yeet. Yep.
Yeah, it's almost like you're more invested in this than the Cody and John Cena stuff. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Are you see you later. Anyway, he's getting calls again. That's all right.
He didn't like the yeets. He was like, fuck this.
Baby mamas, man. That's what baby mamas be doing. Blowing up your spot right in the middle of the show. Yeah, so I'm a yeeter. I mean, he has to beat Gunther at this point, but does he? You never know with this WWE what they'll do, but I expect him to win. And everybody will be yeeting. He'll come out with all the rappers, probably. Yeah.
He's got to beat him, but he's got to step up his game as far as the match goes, because Jey Uso's, ring set and whatever the fuck I'm trying to say, it just, it's got to get better, especially with a Gunther. who doesn't have a bad match. Like, I don't know if they need to sit there and like really train together and really get the match down pat, but Jey Uso's got to step it up as far as like in-ring shit. It's a lot of super kicks, it's a lot of fucking splashes, and nothing really that fantastic.
Yeah, I'm with you. His matches are stale AF, as the kids say.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to take some calls? If anybody's brave enough to call in, maybe Byron Allen wants to call in.
I'd love that.
Don't porn bomb me. Don't scream the N-word over and over, please.
Yeah, don't do that. That'd be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Funny, but terrible, you know.
I would have to stop the show and cry. But you can call that number. Anybody, and talk mainly wrestling stuff. Get retweeting, sharing, and putting this over on YouTube. I might even shut off all this TikTok and X bullshit so we can get some people over on YouTube for once.
Yeah.
That would be nice. If you're watching anywhere else, you're cool and everything, but come on. Get over to YouTube. That's where the action is happening.
And it's not to shit on anybody, but it's like, is it that hard? You're either on your phone or on your laptop, you know, and it's just an app. You can press a button and then just find it.
Mm-hmm. And
it's not hard.
And it makes us want to do the show more possibly in the future, all that stuff. So if you like it and you want to hang out on Saturday, you usually got nothing to do. You work and you got, you're having sex, you're taking a shower or whatever. You want something to listen to. This is it, bro.
Yeah. Taking a dump.
Yep. Taking a dump.
That's the best place, is taking a dump.
While listening to this. Yeah.
Our soothing voices while you're constipated.
Yep. Helps get the shit out.
Right.
Yeah.
We're like X-Lax.
I do in the toilet is I yeet. And then it pushes it out. Helps get it out. When it's always clogged. Always.
Sometimes it's like no yeet.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like yeet.
Yeah. You gotta rock back and forth and put your legs in the air.
Yeah. You punch your knees.
Mm-hmm. I don't even when I go number 2 sleaze, I put both the toilet seats up like I'm going number 1, and I sit down in the water and I yeet. That's how I eat.
Does that help? I got to try that.
Yep, comes out much easier like that for me.
I would say it's killing 2 birds with 1 stone because it's cleaning you at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm. And it washes. Yep.
Right. It's like a bidet. If you don't have a bidet. Right.
Hard-hitting genius takes over here, folks.
Expert analysts.
I'm not even lying. There was a guy, I saw a clip this week. I wish I had pulled it, but this guy was on a podcast and he was not kidding. And he was like, wait, you guys don't pull your shit out? Meaning he didn't know how to take a shit. He thought that you had to literally grab it and help it out.
Wow.
And they were like, what? And this is like, because who would you talk to this stuff about, right? And if nobody ever taught you how to shit properly. So he was grabbing he's like, I wouldn't grab it with my hands. He's like, that's crazy. I grabbed it with toilet paper and stuff, and then I grab it. And they're like, what?
How old is this guy? First off,
he was like at least in his 20s.
It's
could
almost
be 30s.
It's on the verge of being a motor skill. Like I got questions for this guy. We need to get this guy on the podcast because I need this explained.
That's exactly my take on it. And he was on a podcast acting like, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, that's how you do it, right? Like, yeah, of course.
This is why AI is going to take over.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, people are getting so dumb, man. It's scary. That's why I don't really want to go to I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go on planes. I don't want to go because I'm scared that I know that a lot of the stuff is run by computers anyway, but if there's an emergency and we need like an expert, where are they? Other than here talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
But who needs that for life-saving information or anything? So I don't know about you guys. I always talk about the movie Idiocracy. It's really getting that bad. Buildings are collapsing. Remember that building in Miami that just collapsed with people in it?
Yeah.
That's like Idiocracy type shit. Like, how is your like? We can't trust anything. Trains are just flying off the tracks, and fucking, we can't stop fires, or we let them cause fires, and like, is everybody just this dumb, or is this all on purpose? Right?
How is your DNA so bad that you don't know how to shit without taking it out yourself? That's what scares me. Is like, this is a generational thing. How dumb are his parents?
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was
the fuck.
I'll have to pull the clip because it is a real thing. He was holding on to his poop as it comes out.
Oh,
that's like how we humans do it.
Wow.
This is how we do it. But what does he do when this happens?
Well, I guess it's easier for him. He doesn't have to get his hands dirty.
I guess, yeah.
What the fuck? How hard is his shits that he could just yank him out of his own ass? What? So many questions.
So yeah, I'm scared of everybody. I'm scared of Americans. I'm scared of the world. Like that, what's his name song? 9 Inch Nails and God, what's his name? He passed away not that long ago.
Johnny Cash. Right?
No. The skinny Ziggy Stardust.
Oh,
David Bowie. David Bowie. Yep. So, yeah, I was gonna get some people on today, but I tried. I tried to get Zicky Dice on. He'll probably come on sooner or later. I don't know if you guys know of him out there. Great indie wrestler right now. He should get up on the main card someday. He was in a punk band or punk rock band, something like that. And they were super over. You know, got all kinds of professional music videos and things. So I want to be working with him in the future to do, maybe we'll do some little segments and clips and funniness, because he had a Twitch show. He probably still does. Who else? Nasty Neil, who I talked about earlier, who, again, you know, he kind of comes off like a starfucker to me a bit, though.
Starfucker.
Yep. He'll do everybody else's shows, but he's scared of Dr. Huge for some reason. We're from the same area. You know, he's always like, I'm sorry. I get it, but, you know, I see you everywhere. You're doing everybody else's shows. You know,
we're stars.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
we're huge.
Give me a fucking break.
So, people better start treating us better out here. I'm gonna try and get Drew McIntyre on, and I'm not shitting you at all.
That would be unbelievable.
I managed to find a way to get a hold of him, and I'm going for it. We're gonna get Drew McIntyre on, even if for 15 minutes. That's all I really want. And then what other names can I drop? Of course, Thunder Rosa again. We can drop her name all the time, but we have to start being nice to AEW a little bit before we do this. So then when she goes back and looks at the shows and sees what we're up to, it's all like on the up and up, right? We love AEW.
Yeah, yeah. I have an AEW shirt underneath this shirt.
See? I got a Thunder Rosa shirt underneath my Yeet shirt.
Of course.
You
always.
Yep, every day. Never take it off.
I have Thunder Rosa underwear on. All right.
her own personal underwear. You stealing her underwear now?
No comment.
Oh my goodness.
No.
So, but this Stephanie Vacker out here, speaking of Latina wrestlers, she's a double champ now from NXT this past week. Just took on Julia. They killed it. Great match. Yeah. One of the best spots was her doing that gymnastics move off the top rope and then got caught into a submission hold by Julia. Sick match. Of course, I've been telling everybody all along that Stephanie Vacker is better than Julia. You see it now, folks? Double champ. And of course, she had the mid-card champ. Didn't matter to me. I already knew she was better. She got the ass out. She can do the moves. She's a little more hard-hitting, where Julia is more technical, I would say. But she lost. So sorry to hear that, Julia. Stephanie Vacker, double champ.
Yeah, Stephanie Vacker is definitely somebody that's going to be so big. And like you said, it's not a lot of the gymnastics and all. She's a good wrestler, like a good wrestler. And I think that's what a lot of the women's division needs is more wrestling and less of the flashy shit.
Mm-hmm. And King Reezy believes the same. Julia, amazing. She's going to be a star. And Vacker, too. They already are stars. They did it pretty quickly. But I just think, I don't know. Julia gives me vibes of like a 15-year-old teenager that like doesn't want to go on vacation with her parents. Yeah, like that kind of like she's just got that stare, like she's very aloof and just like whatever, everything's whatever. That face.
I don't want to go to bed yet.
Yeah. Like just kind of stands there with her arms like this, like filled with the angst.
Yeah.
But Stephanie Vacker is just she reminds me of like a Tekken character.
Yeah.
The horns and that whole deal.
Yeah, the whole presentation, everything is great. And it can only get better. So,
you know who annoys me though on the flip side of all this? Because of course there's always positives and then there's some negatives. I do not like Jada Parker like enough. I've kind of alluded to this over the past few months of coming back to do this show, but overall, I seen her come out again this past week, and I'm just like, her face annoys me. Her attitude is super obnoxious. The whole LeBron James celebration she does, like I said, the ghetto attitude is just it puts me off so bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really unwatchable.
It's like she has a pretty face, but it's that face where I've seen that face a bunch of times, and it's always obnoxious women, you know.
But a lot of the women, that's the problem I'm having in ring and outside the ring and with their promos is they're all trying to copy each other. So it's just seeing a recycled version of what you just saw 5 minutes ago. So nobody's standing out like a Vacker, like a fucking Nia Jax or a Charlotte. Those people stick out. They're not copying, they're being their own thing. Where a lot of them are just cookie cutter versions of somebody you saw over and over again.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that about Jada Parker, though. I'm just thinking she's just obnoxious to me. She's going to be super over with the kids, but everybody's going to have to understand that she's like a heel. She's like Kevin Owens, basically. Yeah. She's a heel. Even if you want to make her a baby face, that's a heel.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to make her likable unless you're, like I said, again, you're a silly little child and you think that you haven't experienced people like this, like the character that she's portraying.
But there's like Kevin Owens, like The Miz. There's people like that are just naturally heels. There's no way you're going to get people to like them. Even times when they've tried to somewhat make The Miz a baby face in the past, it's his face, his mannerisms, the way he talks. It just doesn't work. Same with Kevin Owens. He's such a good heel, and he's such a dick that you can't put him over like that.
Yeah, Kevin Owens, man, every time they try to make him babyface, I'm just like, this stinks. It's like the worst. Him being even this Karen Owens version is probably the best version from when he first showed up, because they're just now going for it with him. Like he's just a crybaby asshole doing everything that they know he can do that. So good.
Right.
Keep him going with that. But how about this Lucha Gable? He came back this week. I mean, he's wearing the American flag luchador mask, which says American made on it. Then he's doing his signature moves on people, and they see him backstage, and he's like, that's not me. And security drags out another guy in a lucha mask. He's
another one too. I don't think he could ever be a babyface because he's way too annoying and just full of himself and all that shit. It was great. I love that.
Yeah, honestly, I never thought he would be as good of a heel as he is, but he can also be a baby face. I think he's just overall like just great at wrestling. You know,
he is. He's a good talent.
Yeah, he can work in the ring. He's obviously a good heel, and he was a good baby. Remember when he brought his family and his kids are crying in the crowd and the whole thing, and everybody wanted him to beat Gunther? Like, he was a good baby face.
Yeah, but I always just saw him to be like a whiny little fucking douche. Like, he just smells of douche. No matter how good he was trying to be, I'm like, God, I can't wait to see him as a bad guy.
And it's perfect. It will make me care about Rey Mysterio and all this stuff again. That's when it happened. Yeah, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee took on New Day.
Yeah,
and WWE is really putting the stuff out properly, I feel, as far as like their low card, their mid card, and their main eventers. They're doing it so well that the tag team makes sense. Everything, like, I believe somebody was coming at me last night about, how dare I say, finally the tag teams on SmackDown are coming together. It's been good for a while. Well, it's been okay for a while. It's been forming into something. And now that they explained it last week with Nick Aldis and his board, they did the championship matches, and they got the Pretty Deadly waiting in the wings now that the Street Profits just got over on DIY. Like, we're now cooking. We're now starting to make sense. All the teams look strong. Even DIY that just lost, they have been the champions this whole time. And now they're going to probably feud with Motor City Machine Guns. Viking Warriors or War Raiders or whatever they call themselves, they're on Monday Night Raw. I know they're struggling a little more, that tag division.
Yeah.
Because there's less time. You got way less time. They're probably not putting the tag teams even on the show every single week. And if they do, it's for much shorter segments than the other one. I think overall, though, SmackDown is starting to get somewhere. Raw is totally lost.
But it's about to get better because they just showed a video of Rey Fenix. So him and Penta are probably going to be a thing.
That's right. Yes. Yep. And I mean, as I pointed this out when Penta first showed up, I'm like, it's only a matter of time before his brother shows up, and then they're going to just put him in a tag team, because I don't believe Penta is I don't think he's a solo wrestler like that. I think he's cool. Yeah,
it's going to get very repetitive after a while.
Yeah,
I think they put him out real strong in the beginning to get his T-shirts and all that shit, and they knew that Rey was coming in, and it's obvious they're going to put them together.
Yeah, but it could totally uplift the tag division, and because if I'm sure he'll be on Raw, and then they'll do the tag thing over there. They'll have that crazy entrance. They'll have the pyro and all the shit going with the belts, and then people will be a little bit more interested than they are, because I couldn't even tell you any of the other tag teams over on Raw other than the War Raiders, who are the champs. Like, who are the other tag teams over there?
I can't think of any, to be honest.
And then
Bronson, with the infusion of like Rey Fenix coming in with Penta, then maybe they can build up some more and actually make that, just as good as SmackDown.
Yeah. Bronson Reed is almost off of Twitter. He says he's not going to delete his Twitter, but you're not going to be seeing him anymore. And I'm like, so I'm thinking to myself, well, what's this? So I look back, and I'm looking at some of his past tweets and the people that are in his comments. And I'm like, well, he's getting 6 comments, 4 comments, and it's all like, I can't wait to have you back, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what is he so upset about to like make him not want to use Twitter anymore? Is it the politics thing? It is Elon Musk's platform, and I'm not like this huge Elon Musk fan. By the way, Reezy, go watch on YouTube if you're still watching. but I just saw the X over there again. But yeah, like everybody else, get over to YouTube. But it's kind of like, again, if I was making hundreds of millions of dollars as a professional athlete, of course I wouldn't be on social media. But I don't make hundreds of millions of dollars, and I would like to be known for the things that I'm doing, like the show and my music and the stores, and you got to put yourself out there. I mean, would I really care if Kamala Harris was running this site, say? I would still have to use it. So I don't think it's this huge deal or anything like I'm making out of it. I'm not making a big deal out of this. I just think it's odd that that people are still doing this thing where we're like, oh, well, this place stinks and it's a cesspool. Yeah. Have you seen social media the past 25 years or however long it's been out there? There's a lot of shitheads, but you know what? There's a lot of decent people too. You just ignore the shitheads.
So with him, did he say anything negative as to why he was leaving?
No, he just pointed out that he's done with this. I forget the actual verbiage, but it was like it's essentially saying it's the shits. And then this leads me to this also, because that's essentially what he said. But check this out. So I see this post, Elite Rockers, out here, but they're censoring Raw, and we pay for Raw, right? So I write, it's pathetic. We pay for this. It's just, come on, guys. We can't see Punk say, go fuck yourself and throw up middle fingers. Like, The Rock is the only one allowed to swear. It's on in the internet. Like, again.
That was the biggest thing, and you just said it too. But The Rock can come out and they don't censor it whatsoever. I don't get it. Like, it's the middle finger. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
The Rock's coming out saying fuck and shit.
Yep. But it gave me a good idea because... this tweet got over. Everybody agrees with me, of course, because we're all paying for this. And we would it doesn't have to be, fucks and shits every single word or whatever. But like in a steel cage where two guys are quite literally trying to kill each other, supposedly in a, YouTube and in a boxing ring, TOS. But, this is, it's pretty lame. And then they kind of screw us over as American fans that had this for free for 30 something years, and now we're paying for it, and now they're taking it away from us, even though we've been asking for it this whole time. So anyway, I'm on here, I say my piece, and then the tough guys come out. Here come the tough guys. Except Aaron. Aaron's cool. See, he's really surprised they censored it. Like I said, most people agree with me. 1.6 trillion likes and things. And then Blake says, imagine crying on Twitter. So yes, I was in full tears. I'm not going to lie about that, Sleaze. I was bawling my eyes out as I wrote that.
I can imagine.
Pathetic. And then you pay for a couple middle fingers. Yes, I got it for free for years, right? Pretty much my whole life, I got to watch Raw for free. And one part of my life, when I was a kid, they were throwing middle fingers. They're doing and saying whatever they want. They're being adults, right? And then I grow up, and they're like, now that you're grown up, you got to watch PG stuff. And I bitched and complained. I didn't cry about it, but I bitched and complained. And then they finally get onto a pay platform. And now I show my unsatisfaction with this. And now I'm the problem. I'm crying.
Right. So Blake can go fuck himself. This DJ, this DJ attacks or whatever. You pay for a couple of he pays for fingers on the weekend. Keep going.
I also, he does. Wow. Get it?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I heard that.
And then the third guy, you pay for a PG show. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
He's a pro. He's an RG pro, whatever the fuck that is.
So we got 3 people to pick from. We're going to start doing Tough Guy of the Week, everybody.
Yeah.
And who's the toughest out of these 3?
I think the toughest. It's tough because they all seem real tough. I would have to go with Blake.
Yep.
Because he came right out of the gate. He's like, you're a bitch and you're crying.
You're the best in the world, Blake. This week, anyway.
Fuckface Blake.
So you win, sir. Congratulations. You are the tough guy of the week. New segment. Like I said, when we get the bells and whistles going with all this, oh my God, it's going to be so entertaining. And
maybe we can do the ones where I interacted with Dave Meltzer this weekend. And I had a lot of tough guys.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of tough guys.
The AEW tough guys, some of the toughest.
Oh, they are so strong. I could feel the strength coming through my phone from all the basement dwellers that were trying to shit on the sleaze.
Look, Byron has one more question for us. Dr. Huge, one final question. Do you find the hack Shuli funny? That would be no yeet.
No yeet. No yeet.
No yeet.
Yeah. We don't find Shuli funny here. Sorry, Shuli. You know, I tried to follow you online. I tried to get something going, some symbiosis going between, you know, shows and comedians. And he was like, I don't care. And then I broke news and I told everybody that it was Jerry Beer Sales, Jerry, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, that he was the one with Stuttering John going to Patrick Melton's house. That was broken from me because I snapshotted his video and I caught him in there. So nobody knows anything about what I'm talking about, but I know you do, Byron. And Shuli retweeted me and I'm like, well, you could follow me too, you know, but you know, I don't think he likes the, what do they call them? Shavartzes?
Shavartzes.
I don't think they like Shavartzes.
Yeah.
I might be one of those.
So. You know, consider we're talking about these tough guys online. It's so just comical because I was letting you know about the Dave Meltzer thing and me interacting, which I never feed into this shit, but I was just bored at work. The funniest part is I got like 10 followers out of it, and it was some of the people that were shitting on me. Like, you're so confused, people.
No.
So you want to follow me because you think I'm wrong? All right.
Yep. Hey, I'm here for it. I was laughing when anybody says anything to me online. I'm not attacking anybody. Don't worry about it. Come get me, as I say. Yeah. Come get me. And because this is how you get engagement these days. You have to annoy people. And apparently everything I'm saying ever since I brought the show back annoys everybody. It's funny how that works. When I didn't have a show, nobody gave a fuck about me. Now I bring the show back and it's like I say the sky's blue and it's like, you're an idiot.
You're crying about the fucking sky being blue.
Yep. So, hey, I'm here for it. Again, come get me. Right. I'm out here. Come to the show. Call into the show. We have a call-in number. I'm not afraid of anybody. I don't know how to get my point across. I'm not afraid of you guys. You guys must be afraid of us.
Apparently.
Because we got the number here. We're ready to go.
The funniest thing is these fuckers bait you in too, because all I did was make a factual. Okay, you can Google anything online about anything, and it will tell you some lies and some truthful shit. If you're smart enough, you can go through all of it and figure it out yourself. So whenever I come out and I say something, I always have backup. I'm not a fucking retard that comes on and says, oh my God, AEW hasn't pulled a profit in 5 years. I have the proof. So I'm having people that are saying I'm arguing with Dave Meltzer about this. And I'm like, no, I'm just stating a fact. And Dave himself said that I was right.
There you go. That will be next week. We already have our next week tough guy of the week. We got to do next week, and it will be about that. Dave Meltzer tried to come at the sleaze this week. Of course, he'll try to come at the sleaze. Why don't you try going at Eric Bischoff? He's going at you all day. Like yesterday, he was going right at you, and you don't. I don't really ever see you talking back, but you'll talk back to the sleaze, right? Okay.
No. He actually didn't talk back. That was the fucked up thing.
Oh, it looked like a quote. I stated
something.
You.
Yeah, I stated something, and he said, no, you're right, and then said something else.
You're right.
He was guesstimating, like, financials of AEW this year, which I wasn't saying. I was pointing out they haven't pulled a profit in 5 years, and he agreed. But then his little trolls that, you know, fucking live for whatever he says started saying, well, you don't know anything about companies, and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
It's so obnoxious. That's why I try not to I don't get involved in ratings. I don't get involved with the money. I try to stay away from that. I'll goof on it every once in a while, and then somebody will say something like that, and I just ignore it. But yeah. I mean, this whole, you know how many times I've been called that I was in the IWC the past couple of weeks? It's like everybody's figured out what the IWC is all of a sudden. And I'll tell you, at first, I didn't know what it was. It was like when I was talking about apps before in 2012. I'm like, appetizers? So when people were like, IWC this, I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody talking about? And they're like, he doesn't know, haha. And I'm like, I don't really know. And technically, I'm in the IWC. It's an internet wrestling community, so I'm in it, but like everybody else is. But now it's used as this term, like you're one of the weirdo assholes. That's what it means in pro wrestling if you're the IWC. And then that people are coming at me like I'm one of those. It's like, no, I'm not. How am I one of the IWC? Like that? Totally not. Because here's a story for you. There's a guy out here, or girl, I don't even know. What's the name? Where is it? I got it here somewhere. The fuck is this guy's name? It was this big thing going on with everybody. All these kids online are fighting over this person. I got too many notes. But Titan something or other. Can somebody in the chat tell me Titan something?
Oh, Titan J. Is that what it is?
Yes. Yeah. Who is that?
I don't know. He just keeps popping up on my timeline. He's got like a sunken in chest like Kofi Kingston. I don't know. Cringe.
Yeah. But apparently everybody's doing these shows on them, and they're talking to each other, and all the wrestling, accounts with like Roman Reigns' picture and Sasha Banks' picture on there, all like this is this big deal going on. And I'm like, this happens every couple of weeks now. I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's like, so the only way I can get ahead, I think, in the IWC is really to like be as scumbaggish as possible, I guess, because that's what the story is with all these people. Oh, can you believe he did this? And then everybody gives him attention, right? So, we're the babies to eat.
Right, you gotta see what the biggest thing on the IWC is, and it's like it's definitely Dave Meltzer. It's shitting on AEW. It's challenging any 20-year-old wrestling knowledge. Yeah, those are all the things that you have to do, and maybe waving your fucking hands and doing stupid shit.
Oh, we gotta find some babies to eat. We gotta get through this glass ceiling. It's hard to get ahead in this influencer AI fake phony bullshit world. We're clearly one of the top analysts, top journalists, and don't need no obnoxious voices needed. No, we're not paying WWE. We're not ball washing or dick riding anybody.
No,
except ourselves.
Right.
And you guys should too. Get liking, get subscribing, get sharing, hit the buttons. Amen. That's what I do every night before I go to sleep.
Amen.
Like one of these days he's gonna follow me and subscribe and stuff. I have faith.
The Lord? The Lord is?
Yeah.
Wow.
May take another 2,000 years, but it could happen any day now. He's gonna follow and subscribe.
When Judgment Day happens, the Lord will come down and he will subscribe to the Dr. Huge Show.
Yes. Amen.
And the rapture.
Yes. If there's a rapture and people are trying to float out of here, like Homer Simpson, I'm going to be grabbing people out of the sky going, nope, not you. Go, hey, wait a second. You get back here.
Not you, Blake, with your fucking crybaby fucking comment.
Yeah, how dare people say anything to me online? Anything.
Like what?
I have 11,000 followers, Blake.
Right. I had this one guy the other night saying, "Well, you keep arguing," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. Like, you gotta see the whole thing, because it's like, no, I put out a statement or something like that, or I'm having a conversation." And he's like, "Well, you people like you come on, you argue with Dave." I'm like, I didn't. I made a statement. Dave actually commented, and you assholes are the ones that are fucking arguing. It's
Yep. I went at Kenny Omega one time asking him basically a question like it wasn't nice necessarily. I'll put it like that, but I don't remember what it was. And it was like everybody's just like, who do you think you are that he would speak to you? And I'm like, well, and I'm thinking to myself, all these people are speaking to me now. You know?
Yeah.
Now I got 30 people yelling at me and going, how dare you? And I'm like, well, you guys are answering back. I wasn't even talking to you guys. I was talking to Kenny. I know he's most likely not going to respond, right? And be like, oh, this is beneath me and whatnot, like he does with everybody else. But hey, you know.
That's the thing is like I made a comment to Dave Meltzer. You know what I mean? Like I made a comment to him. He replied, I was done. And then I got all these notifications. I'm not fucking talking to you people. You know, you fucking amoebas. I'm not doing that shit.
Especially the kids really think they got it all figured out, huh? It's always kind of how it's been, but I think that the internet's just made that so much worse. Like, yeah, they do not have it figured out. That's right, Coach. He was watching on his YouTube. Watch on the smart TV and chatting on Twitter. Let's see. Smart.
Fucking smart.
That's how you do it.
Now just learn all these other assholes.
And it brings me into, again, listen, I'm going to be complaining about this probably every week. So if you've been watching for a while, be prepared for more of this because I'm going to be talking about how I was right again. And I'm going to use the new Captain America, which many of you don't like. And I don't necessarily need or want a new Captain America, but the actor that plays him had a good little clip video from this week. He was on a podcast somewhere talking about how essentially there is a glass ceiling in Hollywood. And he didn't even recognize that until recently, meaning people would just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden they're winning Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been talking about this for years, but this is my whole deal with Pat McAfee and others like this. This isn't an organic, like they work their way up the chain. It may seem like that, but there are people that are given opportunities for things and people that aren't. And it's not necessarily based on talent. So I think a lot of people, of course, now with them not liking a black Captain America or not needing a new Captain America or whatever, they're like, well, that's stupid and this is silly. He's probably just butthurt that he's not getting the attention and the awards and all this stuff that he wants. No, he just recognized finally that, oh my God, like I've been doing this for like 25 years. And then all of a sudden this lady comes out of nowhere from the Midwest and boom.
Yeah.
Overnight winning awards, or same thing with, hip hop music or music in general, everything. Cause there's industry plants like everywhere now. Yeah. So do you have a take on this?
Gotta be in a clique. It's all about how you do it and who you know and what you're doing.
Yep. You got to get in the baby eating cliques, the Illuminati.
You got to eat them babies.
Mm-hmm.
John Cena recognized.
Yeah, that's right. Got to recognize like John Cena did. Apparently he did. The Rock did. Travis Scott, right? There's all kinds of weirdness around a lot of these guys. I would say the China stuff with Cena, the Maui stuff with The Rock, the concerts with Travis Scott. It's a lot of weirdness there. A lot of weirdness.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Baby fingers.
Yep. I think Oprah owns like half of Maui right now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Who could have seen that coming?
She has an infant 4-course meal
yeah.
twice a week.
And she's like best friends with Harvey Weinstein, and she's also like best friends with this guy overseas somewhere. I think he's in a Latin American country that literally had a cult. And then got caught for all this CP stuff. It's how did the people not know? And how did they get away with it?
Yeah.
How are they getting away with this? And Trump gets in the office, and then it's like, oh, Pam Bondi, here she comes. She's going to tell us everything. And then the day comes up, the final day, you got to release the stuff. And then they don't release shit.
Yeah.
Strange how
Where's
that
that? Where's that fucking list?
Yeah. And it leads me to this. I'm not going to really speak on politics, but I'm just going to give everybody a general take again of, again, another frustrating, annoying week. It's getting worse. The division in this country is getting so bad. And it's from people that think Trump is quite literally here on earth right now because God intervened and got another guy murdered in the crowd that was trying to protect his family. Okay, God didn't protect him, but he protected Trump. And he's like going to be the savior of the U.S. and all this. Okay, got. I hope that's the case. That would be cool. But I live in reality, so I don't really think about that stuff like that. And then on the flip side, you got all these people that are just like, never Trump. He should actually get assassinated. And it's like, okay, that's not cool either. I think I may be one of the few people in the middle left. Because I get that this is a storyline, and I've been saying, even I believe I've said it in this podcast since I've come back, but in people in my personal life, even when Biden was in office, I'm like, this was all on purpose. They want to tank the country as much as possible. So when Trump does get back in, then it's the pendulum swinging back and forth. And now we get to go full right. And then they're going to change the world into like the new world order, more, not saying fascist, more fascist. But then the left side, that wasn't good, right? So who are you going to vote for, bad or worse, right? And I think we chose bad right now. It's not worse. I still believe Kamala Harris is president. You guys really think that would be a good idea? She can't even fucking speak.
It's all wrestling. It's all storylines.
Exactly.
Fake results and fake finishes and fake wrestling.
Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, I just cannot believe that somebody tried to get Trump murked on TV. Like CNN never went to his rallies before, but they went and shot that one live. I remember watching it live that day and thinking to myself, that's funny. CNN never shows this.
Yeah.
They would never show Trump on there. And then he gets shot. It's just, and then they graze him. Like, it's just, isn't this all so convenient? It's very convenient, all this stuff. So, okay. I don't believe it. I'm just saying, I can't believe it. I can't do it. It's hard. It's like asking me to believe in wrestling again. It's just lining up too perfectly. You mean to tell me that this is really happening like this? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all fixed. Fixed. It's all
Keep
work.
Trusting the plan. Yep. Trust the plan. Trust the process. Whatever the fucking 76ers say.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tiring.
It kind of is. Just even thinking about it, it's just like, because I know people are like, they hear me speak about this stuff and they're like, he's wrong. I know people are like that. Yeah, I'm either wrong for not accepting Trump as my savior, or I'm wrong as actually thinking that Trump might be doing some things right. It's
Blake is probably watching this right now saying, look at him. He's just sitting here crying the whole time.
I was crying.
I was right and I'm tough. And I'm Blake.
There's a few other things we can go over. How about this? Orton and Cena is a rumor for the future here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's either going to be, well, I think it's going to be really good, to be honest. I'm glad they're not going to hopefully drag out, and rehash this, over and over rivalry they had in the past, but it'll be a good nostalgia thing.
And this will be weird if they do this, which they probably will if this is seen as last year, but Randy Orton is always the heel versus Cena. And now it's flipped.
Yeah. Weird.
So that will be something different to look forward to, at least. And then the other rumor basically is McIntyre getting involved with The Rock in some shape or form, because McIntyre is speaking to people out here about The Rock, about, he was, he helped me so much when I was first around WWE, and he gave me advice, and he's cool, and blah, 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 blah. So there could be something there in the future as well as him joining that group or something.
That wouldn't be bad either. That's a great idea.
And how about this? You mean to tell me that McIntyre cuts a promo on Cena, half a promo basically, and it's 10 times better than anything Cody's done?
Yeah.
And
CM
he's
Punk
actually
too.
going up against them. Yeah.
CM Punk, the same thing. Like people that aren't even involved in this match are cutting better promos in their sleep.
And Coach is saying, I heard ex-WWE ref Jimmy Cordora say Travis Scott is getting trained for in-ring stuff, and a lot of wrestlers can't wait to give him some paybacks. He's such an idiot. You know, he's got that adrenaline rush from going out there. He's like, I'm going to be wrestling too now. Yeah, this was so dope, bro. Oh, my God, bro. And then he's going to go train. They're going to let him do it, and then they're going to kick the shit out of him. Good.
Here's the thing. No matter if the company's behind it or not, the guys and girls don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put them on screen together, and they all just, get along and shit. Backstage, they don't like this shit.
Kevin Owens, I think, gave Logan Paul a pretty rough match because Logan Paul looked like he was going to die afterwards.
Yeah. Because think about it. Like, you got some guys and girls in the mid card or lower card that, they're waiting every week to get on TV. And then all of a sudden, a fucking Travis Scott shows up and he's like in the WrestleMania fucking picture. Fuck that. I'd be doing the same shit. I'm sorry I hit you too hard during the match. I show speed. Sorry about that.
I mean, he just doesn't look like a wrestler. He's all lanky.
No, he's like a child.
It's just silly. And the whole thing is silly. And they, of course, the business part of it, they're loving this. They want more give us more celebrities. Like, no, please. The fans don't really want that. The kids will take anything, okay? They'll take anything.
I don't, you know the ones I don't mind is like when they're in a certain city, they'll have people from like the NBA team in that city coming out. That's cool. Like NFL guys coming out. Maybe they have a belt and all that shit. I like all that stuff. It's recognizing the city. It gets, the local people excited. When you have like a fucking, Travis Scott or whatever the fuck, that is not bringing anybody else in. You know what I mean? Back in the day, like when you had Mike Tyson, he brought boxing fans into wrestling. Like that was the beneficial thing. These people aren't bringing in anybody.
Or it's like Mike Tyson, like everybody knows Mike Tyson.
Right.
Everybody knows Dennis Rodman. You don't have to watch basketball games to know who Dennis Rodman is.
Right. Cyndi Lauper back in the day.
Yeah.
But
now they're taking anybody that has numbers. That's why I keep asking for subscribes and people viewing and stuff like that. Think about it. That's how this works. Like and I know this because anytime I've spoken to a child, I mean somebody under 15 or younger, and I tell them about this show, anything that I'm doing with anything, they don't give a shit about what I'm doing.
Right.
What are your numbers?
Yeah.
Your numbers are what you are. You could have the worst show in the world, and there's plenty of them out here. Like some of the worst podcasts and worst live streams have the biggest numbers, sometimes because they're fake. And that's why people fake numbers, because they believe that if they fake the numbers, then people will believe that this is something better than it is. So I know I only have 115 right now, which is the total shits.
It's the shits.
Better than an hour ago, but still the shits. That's why I continuously ask for retweets and shares. It's not because I like to do it. It's because I need the numbers to make sure that the kids that see this when they come across Dr. Huge just and go, oh, he's some scumbag with 115 viewers, and that means nothing, even though I'm 1,000 times better than all your fucking favorites. Joe Rogan included, Will.
Well, that's the reality as to what we do, as opposed to fucking other people, is all those 115 or whatever we got are actual real people. And we don't have to bullshit the numbers, but they should be higher.
At least, But I see there's a female comedian out here has over 100,000 subscribers. She gets less views, less everything than we do. Sleaze.
Yeah.
How is that possible?
No, I've seen a couple. I've gone on to I've clicked onto their YouTube page and shit like that, and nobody watches them. 200,000 fucking followers.
It's crazy. I hate the future. We're supposed to have flying cars and hoverboards, and we get fake views instead from these other podcasts. They stink.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, William, get on board. We're better. We just are. We're more interactive. We're in the streets with the people. That's the thing. These other shows. Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan has all these the bougiest of the bougie. And they all think they're right about everything that they're talking about. I'm still willing to keep my mind open to the fact that I may be wrong about things. So come tell me I'm wrong, everybody. Come tell the sleazies wrong. We're wrong about all kinds of stuff. You guys love being smart out here. You're better, you're smarter, you're more handsome, you're funnier. You do everything better. Then prove it. Come out here. We got the phone lines going. We got the chat here. We got the YouTube. Use it. That would be nice, right? That would be nice for us.
Would you rather see a Travis Scott at ringside, or would you rather go and watch a Raw from Boston and see us? Serious questions here.
Also, we will in the future. We are going to plan a meet and greet of sorts. I hate everything about like this. Again, I'm too genuine a person. I'm too authentic because I don't even like selling stuff. I don't like calling chatters fans, because it's more like buddies to me in reality. But then again, like bringing yourself to that, to say the people's level sometimes also goes against you, sleaze, as we've seen in the past. Then people think we're like working for them, or like, oh, they know us now, so we can treat them poorly or something. Like, no, that's not how this works either. We're not equals. You're still watching this show. We're not watching your shows. Okay. But in general, like, I don't see people as fans. And when these small podcasts come on here and they're like, my fans and my this and my that, especially when they're like the e-girls, my fans, they're not your fans. They want to fuck you. Come on.
It's true.
So stupid.
And like back in the day, like religiously, whenever we popped on, we would have the same people all the time. And we treated them like friends. We interacted. We've had them on the show, stuff like that. You don't see other people doing that shit.
No, they take it way too serious. They take themselves way too serious. They think they're bigger than they are with their fake numbers and everything. And it's just so cringe. All of it's just cringe.
Yeah.
But meet and greet specifically at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. Usually they have SmackDowns there. I would expect a SmackDown there within the next 4 months or so. Yeah.
Rumor has it.
Your finger was disappeared, by the way.
I know. I know. So it just looked like I had a fist.
Yeah.
So rumor has it they're going to have a pay-per-view there in July. And it's going to be Evolution. That's what the all-women's pay-per-view.
Really? Of course, they would give us an all-women's pay-per-view to go to, right? Fuck. I'll be like, I want to do a meet and greet, and it's an all-women's pay-per-view, and everybody's going to be like, no, I'm not showing up. Because it has to be a thing where some people may even want to fly out. It is a nice big resort. It's one of the biggest casinos in the world, that in Foxwoods, right next to it. But it's like right in the middle of the woods. It's perfect. It's perfect. You got the hotels there, everything.
Yeah, but, WWE hasn't put anything official out, but rumor has it it's on the schedule for Mohegan Sun. I think it's like July 25th or something like that.
Hey, you never know. And then we can get it on with all the female wrestlers afterwards.
Alexa Bliss can ask for our autograph again and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
She ran right for our elevator. She was like, oh my God, it's Dr. Huge in the sleeves. And she come running in her trench coat.
in her bags.
But no, that's a serious thing. If not even this year, of course, next year, whatever. Like when we get this thing going, the more you guys hit the buttons, it's all very helpful. It may seem like it's nothing. That's why we keep asking. Yep. Such studs. Oh my God, I'm going to pound it. Hopefully it's some NXT chicks there. I want them young fitness chicks that don't know nothing about wrestling and everything, and I'll be working them and I'll be swerving them. You understand? Pimping them by the end of
I'm
the night.
excited because I keep looking for like Raws coming around and shit like that, and for some reason they're not coming to us. So that was the first one that like is actually where we are, and I haven't been to a show in fucking years at this point. So
yeah. Same here. It's time. This is the year. We got to get to a show, and maybe we can get some of you guys out there to a show.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's the funniest walking around the casino and watching everybody with their replica belts walking around. They walk around the casinos with it.
Yeah, cosplaying. There's gonna be so many Rhea Ripleys and
oh yes, the Rhea Ripleys everywhere. Here's something. The Whatnot store. I got a Whatnot thing. If you don't know what that is, it's an auction app. So imagine eBay live. So I've done plenty of shows when I wasn't doing this show on Whatnot. And you won't see me, but you'll get to see all my comics. That's what I primarily sell on there. I got a bunch of mystery boxes. So if you're into any of this stuff, follow me at Dr. Huge Show, or it's Dr. Huge, either one. The little links on my Twitter again. But I'm going to be promoting these because who knows? I may do some of them after this show on Saturdays or on Sunday. And yeah, I'm telling you, I got some bangers. I got too many comic book sleeves. Yeah. Way too many. So I'm trying to dwindle them down. I literally have like a store's worth. So check out these shows.
Might as well do something like this. It's cool.
Yep. So I told you, I'm on all the apps everywhere, just like LeBron James. What else?
Maybe during these meet and greets we can because we'll be doing this every week. Maybe we can meet some of these tough guys in fucking real life.
Yeah.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
Come on out, tough guys. I don't know. For some reason, I think people that usually talk shit to other people online aren't really gonna talk to them in real life.
No, they probably smell. They probably smell.
I had some 2K notes here because it just got released and I'm thinking about getting it, but I don't think on PC that they're going to give me the island of relevancy. And if I'm not getting the whole game, why am I paying for it?
Well, if you go on Steam, you can get all that. I just checked it out. Yeah.
Is it extra money to like pay for it or something?
I think like everything included, it was like $130.
Oh my God.
That. Yeah, don't quote me on it, but
yeah, I mean it's been pretty high for years. Like if you want the whole game, the one that they had Ronda Rousey come out, I want to say 2020, maybe even. It was that was like $115.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, it looks pretty good though. I'm not going to say it doesn't.
That's why, especially because I've been on Steam for so many years now. You wait like 2 or 3 months and it drops in price like tremendously.
Yeah, I'm not paying full price for any game anymore because a lot of these games, especially day one or the first week, the glitches and it's all terrible.
No. Yeah, because I think like 24 is probably like $20 or $30 now, you know?
Yeah. All right, so... Oh, there's other Twitter beefs going on out here. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair yelling at each other. We got Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte have been going at each other today, which is one of the funnier ones. She said something about Tiffy. At first, Charlotte went at her, and then she's like, "You're talking about looks?" And it was like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, boy. You talking about asses? Come on.
Come on, Charlotte. You can't be going at her about the looks and the body and all this. She's far superior.
Oh, God.
Far superior. You may be the better wrestler, maybe, right now still. But listen, this Tiffany Stratton is she's something else. All right. I'll put it like that.
Charlotte's very slender womanish.
Yeah, she's not. I'm not saying she's disgusting or anything or whatever, but you are not Tiffany Stratton, okay?
Yeah, no. Come on.
It's a whole different league here when we're talking about that. But she's probably pissed about the whole prettiest moonsault. She's like, I moonsault. She's got blonde hair. I got blonde hair. You know, it's that whole thing. So
she's got the ass. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I really believe that there may be something there, at least on Charlotte's end.
Yeah.
Yeah. the jealousy stuff. I know she didn't really care for Lacey Evans either. I
No,
can't
she
believe
didn't.
that.
Yeah,
Especially
she's one of those that she doesn't like pretty girls. You know, it's too intimidating. She don't like
especially after Ric Flair knocked her up. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Lacey Evans needs to come back. I mean, she's the best. She's the hottest chick going. And the people that are like, she's not that hot, you're crazy. Oh, you think Zelina Vega's better? Yeah, she's not. Okay.
She's making too much money on OnlyFans. She ain't coming back. Just like Mandy Sachs.
Mandy Sachs.
She's like making 10 times more, showing her ass and tits.
That's another thing. These wrestlers and their Twitches and their gaming streams and all this. I'm not saying they're out of pocket for doing it or anything. They're not making the $100 million contracts like the pro players. That's really where my anger goes to. It's like, why are you guys out here with us and talking to us like you're all entitled, like, and fans need to act a certain way with you and this and that. So I'll take it back. I'm not talking about the Twitch. Do your Twitch things, wrestlers. I know you're not getting paid that money, and you probably need to do podcasts and all the rest. And but then it makes me think, people like Mia Yim back in the day that was like, I'm never doing a wrestling podcast. I would never talk to people like this and whatever. It's like, you're a wrestler. You don't make a lot of money. You should probably promote yourself, right?
Yeah.
Which is again goes with my whole thing where people like are being super flaky coming on the show, and it's like the booking is like the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah. If anything, like shows like ours are doing you a favor. You're not doing us a favor.
Yeah.
It's called free advertising.
And then they'll be like, well, this is how much I get for doing shows. It's like, well, I don't pay people to do shows. Sorry.
No, good luck.
That's insane. So I'm going to do all this work, right? Set up a show, build it up, try to get an audience, promote it, do social media, do editing, do blah, 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 blah. And then I go, hey, you want to come on for a little bit? And they come on and go, yeah, you got to pay me now. So for you to get promoted on the platform I built. Got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Understand.
Sense. Right.
So I think that's how we'll end it this week. We crushed it again. We killed it.
Of course.
We got a lot of stuff coming up. This WrestleMania is coming up awfully quick. This month is flying by. I don't know if I'm just getting older. What the fuck? But March just started and it's already halfway through. So
yeah, it's true. Because February dragged so fucking badly.
Really did. Yeah. This winter wasn't too bad though, at least up here. Not a whole lot of snow. It's getting warm awfully quick. So summer's right around the corner. And then we'll be going to hang out with you guys at Mohegan Sun, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll get out of our fucking caves and
yeah, right.
Deal with
off to shave and stuff.
Oh, Jesus. All
off
right.
to buy condoms for when I meet all my fans. Yeah. Get ready, fans.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah, gonna get Heidenreich style. Go watch that video again, everybody. It's a 10 out of 10. Hilarious. He keeps pushing up against them, and Hulk Hogan's oh, Cole, how'd they get you to do all that? That's wild. PG, folks. Come on, keep it PG, right? That's what I'm paid for. You pay for a PG. That's what the guy on Twitter said. I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody, don't forget to hit the buttons once more. Go to the show. Check out the album. This is the store here. It's on Teespring. Dr. Huge store. Got all kinds of socks and cups. I've sold a mug. we got. I think I'm gonna go buy a house soon.
Yeah.
And then
be able to retire soon from that.
yeah. Thank God, all my medical bills wiped out with that.
Right.
And then the album, you got to go check that out. Just go on Spotify, and I go on my Spotify, and this girl is on Instagram. She's like, "I love your music," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh yeah," and she's like, "Yeah, that track you did, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "That's not mine." I'm like, go to Spotify and actually like type in the name and try to play it and look at the name.
Right.
And it's none of these platforms help me out. So fucking crazy. I'll give them a link. They click on the link and they're like, yeah, I'm listening to somebody else's music. Oh, that's nice. Cool.
I really like your song Teen Spirit. I loved it. I loved it.
Hey man, I put in all this work. I try to get it out there. I finally get a fish on the hook, right? One out of like, I need a million more times I need to do this, and then maybe I'll get over. Right. But she was laughing about it too. She's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Spotify does this to me. I'm like, yep. All right. Well, folks, we killed it. Thank you for coming on again, Sleaze. Thank you to King Reezy, of course, who came on. He's now working for the man again. Yep. So
he's in the fucking gears of this civilization.
Yep. He's tied in. He's out there.
Yeah.
Go follow him. Go follow the Sleaze online. Follow me everywhere around the world. I'm on all these platforms. I'm not even running the ticker for you guys. I let it go. I know you guys don't like to hit the buttons, but I'm gonna repeat it vocally. Gotta brainwash you fools into subscribing and sharing and liking and
titillate the juices. You know what? Woo! Right now. Woo! Woo!
Dr. Hughes invites followers. Oh, let's see if they increase now. Me too. Yeah, wow. Dr. Hughes.
Monkey's mock.
He's a great podcaster.
Tricky's mock.
Acknowledge me.
We coming for you, nigga. Fat! Yeah, Dr. Hughes, here we go. Keep plugging yourself, that's cool.
First up, a man whose looks will serve your inner needs and desires.
Dr. Hughes.
Motherfucker, you ain't coming in you come in the name of Satan.